Right guys, for the first time in 16 years the Argo is off the trailer. So bit of moving and shunting and shouting and jacking, but it's up, it's off the trailer, all the tyres are off and it's all free. I started, put it in gear, went through all the gears, everything moved, so I'm very happy. So now the tyres are off, we'll take it down to the tyre shop, get the tyres and rims split, get them cleaned up, get some tyres fitted, put it on the floor. Very happy boy today. Right, we're back from the tyre shop. They're all off rim, they look a little bit better, not much. So they're still covered in rust. We've taken the valves off, ripped them all down. So I'll get a wire brush out on the drill, clean them all up, get a bit of paint on them in this lovely 30-degree heat we got today. So they should dry nice and get a good few coats on by tonight. What my tyre fitter did say, because they're 8-inch rim, his machine's going to go to a 10-inch rim. So they have to be manually put on with tyre irons. So there's going to be a bit of damage to the rims. So he said give them an extra few layers of paint just to stop them chipping off too much. But worst case I'll top them up if needed. Right, I'll break up the drill and start cleaning up. Right, so they're all scrubbed down and cleaned up using the wire brush. So they look a million times better already. Obviously most of the rust was just surface rust and a bit of flaking. So we cleaned it all up, ready for paint. One thing I did notice, the backs of all the rims were a lot worse rusted than the rest of the rims. So I'm guessing either they didn't give them that many of a good paint when they refurbed them a couple of years ago, well, a very long time ago now, or when it was out on the sea and in the sand, the backs of the rims weren't getting washed off and the salt was attacking them. So that's one thing to be mindful of now when I start using the Argo properly, especially on the sand. Get in there when I hose it all down, hose on the back of the rims as well. So they're cleaned up, they're in the sun, nice bit of warmth to them. On my little spinning table I made a good few years ago now for refurbing alloy wheels, which has come in more handy than I ever realised. So it makes spraying alloys and wheels a lot easier. So I've got my spray can, rattle can Hammerite. Love this stuff. So one coat does all. It's a base coat, primer, rust prevention and top coat in one. The cans say they'll do 1 to 2 coats as ample, but since I'm going to have a lot of use out of this Argo, and as well with my tyre fitter saying he may damage the rims, I'll give them a good 3 or 4 coats just to make sure, and obviously keep the rust at bay. So we're out in fresh air, plenty of ventilation, it's nice and warm and still, so I'll start shooting some paint and see how we get on. There we are. Already they just had one quick shot, just a quick little blow to make sure it's all an even coverage and to start taking. Look a different day already. So give it another 2, 3, maybe even 4 coats on top, flip them over, do the same again, and we'll see what it looks like. Alright, so there we have it. 7 rims, 4 cans, and 5 hours later, they're all sprayed up. Looking pretty good, almost as good as new, personal opinion. Why 7 rims, you ask? I left one with the tyre fitter, just to see if he could adapt his machines to take an 8-inch rim, just to make his life a bit easier and put the tyres back on. And once I've sprayed up, what I noticed on these rims, not all of them, most of them, I've got a stamp, I'm guessing the rust is probably filling the rest of them, 1281. So I'm not sure if it's the 12th week or the 12th month, but obviously the year is 81, because I can tell by the serial number of the Argo, it's a late 81, early 82 model, so that just reinforces what I've got, that it's all genuine. So they're all done, 4 coats on the back, 4 coats on the front. Nice thick, it's a gorgeous hot afternoon, well evening still. Give them a few hours out here, they'll be nice and dry. I got one tyre in the post, managed to track down some 20 by 10s. I know they're not originals, because obviously it should be 20 by 11, but at the moment it's pretty much impossible to get a 20 by 11 anywhere in the UK. So I found a company that does a 20 by 10, it's an open chevron, it's like a tractor tyre. So they're going to send me one out, we'll fit one to the rim, see what it looks like. It should all be okay, because obviously it's just an inch narrower. The height should be the same, but we'll fit one on, see what it looks like, and if it works I'll order another 7, get them on, and it's looking like I may actually get the Argo on the ground, the first time it's been on the ground in 16 years, within the next couple of weeks. Let's see what happens and when the post arrives soon with my tyre. Alright guys, I got home from work earlier and my parcel guy dropped off one of these Wanda P238 tyres. It's not ideal for what I wanted, but it's as close as I can get at the moment. It's an open chevron rather than a paddle tyre, and it's only a 10-inch wide instead of 11-inch wide. So I bought one just in case it doesn't fit, there's any problems. Save buying 8 and trying to get rid of all 8. So I had 5 minutes, popped onto my tyre shop, put it on the rim, looking good so far. We'll pop up to the Argo, put it on and see what happens. But so far, I'm nice and happy and pleased with it. The rims came out tidy, so I cleaned them all down and coated them with Hammerite, like a anti-rust paint, and nice and silver and shiny. So we're looking good. We'll fit it and see if there's any problems. Right guys, I'm back from the tyre shop. They're all on, 4 forward, 4 back, or 4 left, 4 right. Let's get the Argo in and let's get these tyres back on. So hopefully for the first time in 16 years this Argo will be on the floor in the next few hours. There we are, so all the tyres are on. Looks a different day already. So now for the fun part of getting it on the floor. And there we have it, it's on the floor. First time it's touched ground in 16 years. Do you reckon it wasn't too much of an issue in the end? Just lots of repetitive up, down, moving blocks back and forth, but it's down. We pulled it out, drove it out, bit erratic. The idling isn't great, so I had to start it in gear and stop in gear. So my next project is going to be getting the engine to idle so the clutch kicks out, because starting in reverse to fly it back into gear was a challenge, but it's in. I'm happy, another job done.